Oh yeah. Oh, you're so fine. I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's unwind. And we can take a bottle of some wine. Ooh. So are you down to rock with me? Cause girl, you fly just like my Jeep. And I need to know. Are you really down for anything? 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 Left side, come on. Right side, come on. Left side, all sides. Play on, play on, play on. Oh yeah. Oh, you're so fine. I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's unwind. And we can take a bottle of some wine. Ooh. So are you down to rock with me? Cause girl, you fly just like my Jeep. And I need to know. Are you really down for anything? 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 Are you really
It does kill it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since move at your left. You don't want to change from the 4-3. Boom, 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 boom. What's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James Show for another Transfer Hub. And this one's going to be a bit hectic, man. Apologies about the delay, people. But I've just been chatting to someone. And I'm not going to talk about it yet. But news is going to be brazy. But big up to everyone in the building. Make sure that we are smashing a like. As always, as soon as I get in front of the camera, just make sure, guys, just hitting that like button, man. We're en route. And everyone knows, you guys, us, the man, them, we're all en route to 200 million subscribers. Yes, 200 million subscribers. Only a couple off, though. Not really. We're a couple off 2K, though. And that 2K means that watch-along's coming. And you guys are going to put me in a sticky predicament because if we get to 2K by tomorrow, I'm going to have to just rustle up some watch-along now that I haven't even prepared for. So, hey, that's what we're going to do. Obviously, this is the Transfer Hub. Tomorrow, we are going to actually be doing the preview as well. So I'd love to obviously see you guys there. It's going to be a late night one on a Saturday. Well, late evening, kind of early evening times. That's what we're going to do. But big up to everyone in the building. Big up to everyone watching on a replay. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like, comment, hit the notification bell. Salah. Boy, the news have been crazy. But I'm going to get into the building now. We've got G in the building. Shout out to G saying smash the like. G's actually going to be joining us, people. Just sorting out some technical errors I can see in the background. He's just there, getting the mic and the camera already. So it's going to be a good one. Shout out to Anfield Road saying, big up JJG. What time the stream started? Apologies. There was a mad delay. We got Aman Singh in the building saying, can't lie. If Salah did leave, Klopp's face would be jokes. And to be fair, the club don't deserve Salah. We are a circus full of clowns. We're going to chop it up, man. We got Revenite in the building as well, saying, yo, this song is a banger. We got Alexander Day Lost saying, what's up, JJ? We got Captain Sal in the building. We got Ram in the building. Also, we got Honesty in the building as well. The main man like Honesty. Big up. We've got a Linus saying, okay, enough talk. Let's talk Salah. All right. We're going to talk Salah, man. We're going to talk Salah. 2 seconds. Let me just... Let's... Oh my God. You see me? I'm the type of person to start burning something in the kitchen when I'm trying to do a stream, and I'm doing multiple times. So it's crazy. We've got Trudon in the building. We've got KLC in the building. Zach Grattan as well. And yeah, we're going to get into it, man. As reported, guys, Al-Ittihad really ramping up the pressure, man. Ramping up the pressure on this Salah thing. We know they were interested earlier in the window. They've come back. And yesterday, the reports were whizzing around. Rumoured, obviously, a rumoured bid to obviously coming from Al-Ittihad to Liverpool for Salah in the region of 100 million plus. Obviously, his wages looking ridiculous, looking at almost 300,000 a day. That's net, including all these different additions, a yacht, a mansion, a this, a that. It's looking crazy, crazy, crazy. But as per the press conference this morning, people, Klopp standing firm. Looking the camera dead in the eye, looking James Pearce dead in the eye, just before he went and spat on the floor. Do you know what I mean? He aced James Pearce. Says, we haven't received an offer for Salah. And even if we did, we're not getting rid of him. We're not getting rid of him. And I know a lot of us, myself included, yourself, maybe not. I don't actually speak for you guys. But I was happy with that news. I mean, look, I understand we're going for a rebuild. And look, if you were going to even entertain a deal to kind of sell Salah, you do that early in the window. Early. I can't believe what Liverpool are doing. Liverpool, these rumours are coming about now. Liverpool to get rid of Salah now. Look how long it's taken us to get a DM through the door. You think Liverpool will be competent enough to go and get a right winger, even a fraction of the ability of Salah in terms of getting goals? We'd be in the mud. And we're already in the mud, but we'd be so far in the mud, we'd have to start making mud huts and just live in the mud. That's how deep it is, people. That's how deep the whole situation is. And look, and we're going to get into what the tweets are saying, what David Ornstein is saying, all of that type of stuff, and how the news broke. I need to get into and know what you guys are saying, man. Shout out to Bear in the building. Bear saying Klopp said Salah is 100% committed. He did. I remember times when, do you know what I mean? We 100% I said it was 100% having the medical. 100% having the medical. Lo and behold, he's in Chelsea. I remember 100% Lavia only wants to come to Liverpool. Lo and behold, he's at Chelsea. So, boy, I'm not ruling anything out anymore, man. Anything out. A big up to Will Dead in the building. As promised, Will Dead, you've actually been a G. I'm not going to lie to you. So what we're going to do, is boom, boom, boom. Will Dead is now a mod. Shout out to Will Dead as well, because Will Dead's been pushing for this one. He's been an avid supporter. So shout out to Will Dead, new mod in the building. Sorry, I'm just going to get through these comments, G, because the comments are flying in.
No, run the rhythm, bro. Run the rhythm.
Yeah, Revenant saying obviously Kone rumors. We hear that. We're gonna obviously. I know Alexander Del also talking about Konate and that. We're gonna get into all of that. But we're gonna get into that tomorrow, because tomorrow's obviously the whole preview with Newcastle, and I don't really want to kind of merge the two. But I hear you. We got obviously 257 million as wages. Honestly saying, look, even if Salah says yes, LFC hold the cards. He's still got a 2-year contract. Facts, but that don't mean anything. That just means the price of him is more just higher. That's it. Alain Nuss saying we got a golden chance now, 120 mil, 200 mil for Salah is golden. He's off form for a long time. Boy,
his off form looks weird, boy.
Yeah, KLSC saying who could even replace Salah's output? That's my point. We got the tin in the building saying they put enough money. FSG will say okay, and Salah goes. In my opinion, no succession plan, more incompetence. We got Tamer in the building said, "LOL, I was watching Endsman TV." Shout out to Tamer. What's Endsman TV saying? What are they saying over there, man?
Yeah, it was a funny conversation.
We got Angel 9068 saying 150 mil, sell Salah. He's also in AFCON January. Boy. We got Panoff Scouts as well. Big up Jerry and G. Aman Singh saying who would we replace with Salah and Salah? Facts. G, when the news dropped yesterday, man, I know you're an avid Salah supporter. You couldn't believe it, man. You couldn't believe it. You could when I dropped that news, and I know you aired it. You thought it was a lie. You wanted to ignore it.
Yeah, I just didn't think.
And when Ornstein dropped the news, you were like, "Oh, so this is real."
Yeah. I was like, right, okay, this is real. It's like I said, I was just on M's thing. I said, everyone got a price. Everybody got a price, man. So would I be surprised if he left? Not really, because I feel like the money that it's not even the wages that Saudi would offer him. I don't even think it will be that. They've got that bid for the World Cup in 2030 with Egypt. He will be the face of that straight away. Even though it's in 2030, and that's all 7 years away. He'll stay. He'll play football up until that time. From what I just heard as well, they're building some building there as well. So if they're building the building, obviously in Saudi as well, he'll be the face of that, or he'll have some type of stake percentage. There's so much you can do with a player like Salah, who would be the face of the Arab community over there, and such a superstar that he is over here. I wouldn't even begrudge him for leaving. Like, I wouldn't even look at him and be like, "Oh, you're a waste man. Like, why did you leave?" I'll be like, "Yeah, this could be a massive opportunity." And I'm not even talking about for your family. I'm just saying this is just a massive opportunity to almost like cement you in the game of football and keep you in there, because it'll be like that David Beckham thing. We're not rating David Beckham for being some top 5 footballer in the world. Myth. He's not even close to that. You know what I'm saying? He's not even close to top 10 players like ever to kick ball in our generation. Myth. Like, he's far from that list. But guess what we are rating him for? We're rating him for being almost like a mogul, like that Michael Jordan type of individual, someone who can mesh sport with outside of thing. You know what I mean? So he had his own line of underwear. He's had his perfume. Back in the day, he's obviously gone out with Victoria, kind of like. He's been able to mesh all of these things and become this global superstar that now he's able to go out there and buy football teams. And now he's a part of that kind of system. He's out there with the former queen. He's out there with the king. Like, this guy is doing, he's in movies. Like, he's cemented himself in the global aspects of things. Maybe Salah feels like, especially in that part of the world, maybe he feels like, I can kind of do the same. I can kind of do the same kind of thing. So, would I begrudge him? Nah, man. And do I think everyone's got a price? 100%. When I've seen Ronaldo leave Manchester United and go to Real Madrid, I'm like, yeah, everybody's got a price, bro. So no one should be upset or like baffled. Just, this is football. This is how it works. This is how it works.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I think it's mad. It's mad. Like, the whole situation. I think, me personally, I think if it was someone else, if it was another type of player, or if it was another team that's coming for Salah, it would have been a bit different. Because it's Saudi, because we struggle to understand, but that's the equivalent of, to explain it. You can imagine, right? Imagine how to look at it. Imagine Bellingham, right, becoming the best midfielder in the world, and the Premier League trying to go and sign him, and him signing for a Premier League team. That's now their golden boy of their kind of nation, the golden boy of their thing, coming to go and play for their league. And that's going to be such an attractive proposition for him, especially if there's a club that comes in for him that's dominating, like a City as an example. Now, the Saudi League are trying to obviously build, and obviously they're going to try and draw you in with the monetary side, because they've got to try and get you in at first. But everything else that follows, being the face of the Middle East for years to come. For years to come. Yeah. We speak about Shearer now and stuff. We forget that Shearer's, in the actual reality, is only the second highest top goal scorer in the English division. But because he was the guy when the Premier League started, did it only won one Premier League and scored a bag of goals. But now Shearer is heralded as like the beacon, isn't it? It's like Shearer. He represents kind of English football. Salah would do that for the Middle East, and it would be massive, man. The brand deals, the brand sponsorships, you've really seen it through like Pepsi and stuff. I wanted to go and do deals with Messi, Salah. Do you know what I mean? Because Messi's the face of European football. You got Salah's the face of Middle Eastern football and the Arab world.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be sick.
But they've done that already, though. They've done that already.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if he moved over there now, that would be like super sick. Like, the adverts that they'll probably do that from there would actually be kind of
it will be something that will be the equivalent of like Michael Jordan in the NBA.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was going to ask you then. Let's say Salah does go. Let's just hypothetical. He goes to the Middle East. Messi's obviously now there in America. Who's the face of European football then? Because you got Middle East, you got American. Who's the face of European? Like in your opinion, like just in your genuine opinion.
I think they are trying their hardest, and they will try their hardest for it to be either one of Vinicius, Mbappe, Haaland.
Yeah,
not Mbappe is the one. Mbappe is the one that's clear, but Vinicius, because of what he's winning and doing at Real Madrid at the moment, you can see his profile's increasing. Like he's been asked to go and do community this, charity game this, main man here, Team Vinicius against this. You're starting to see it, and I think that move for Mbappe to Real Madrid, that's what Real Madrid are banking on. If Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, he becomes the face of European football. Because right now, if we're being honest, there's no one really coming through like that.
But that's what I'm saying. This is why I asked. I'm like, I'm looking at the European game. I'm like, all right, well, so the two greatest players I've ever seen touch a football in my life are not playing in Europe anymore. One's in Saudi and the other one's in flipping America. Then obviously all the other players, heck, even if I want to throw like my favorite players like Iniesta and that, they're my name in Europe. He's in God knows where he is. So now I'm looking at the European game and I'm like, I'm looking at Mbappe, I'm looking at the Haalands, and I feel like Haaland isn't. He's. I don't know. Like I look at Haaland, yeah. I'm like, I love Haaland. I feel like he's my favorite striker. I just don't look at him as the face of anything. I don't feel like he's that type of guy. I feel like you're right. I feel like it would have to be like an Mbappe, type of vibe. But this is why I'm like, Mbappe, brother. If you do not make this move to Real Madrid, yeah, you can forget all of that stuff, bro. Because you like time starts moving on. And then more like people just start to things just move on in life in a general sense, and you'll just go under that. We'll just have a period of time where it will just keep chopping and changing, kind of thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, Mbappe needs to make that move ASAP. I don't know what he's even waiting for, because I feel like he could easily facilitate it a bit more than what he's doing right now. But yeah, it's a bit mad. But the face of European football right now is a bit crazy, in my personal opinion. It is a bit crazy.
It's crazy. 2 seconds, G, because there's a bit of some rumors going around. Let me see if there's any truth to this, because I don't want to do the same thing we did last time, man, with oil money and this and that, and nothing ever flipping came to fruition, man.
Well, you guys don't want to see Jerry dashing oil on his skin. Yo, make sure we get the thing proper.
Yeah, there's nothing I'm seeing. But in the chat, they're talking about a 41 million bid rejected from Bayern for Gravenberch.
We put 41 million.
Yeah, which is mad, because you're supposed to be 20 M's. Now we're paying 40.
That's what I'm saying. You get closer and closer to the transfer deadline day. All of a sudden now, man's gonna start paying that grip, boy.
Yeah, it's a breaking news from Bear. Bear saying here, Liverpool have had 41 million bid for Gravenberch turned down by Bayern. Let me know where you got that from, people. Let me know where you got that from. Shout out to everyone in the building. Michael talks football. Big up to yourself. We've got Sophia's football talk as well. Shout out to Sophia. I mean, she's doing hard. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot of content creators I'd sit down and just watch for ages, isn't it? Certain men know who they are, but I watch Sophia's one. But I'm not gonna lie. I was watching the women's content hard. I was watching and I was like, shout out to Sophia, man. Shout out to Sophia, that one.
Nah, shout out to Sophia every single time, man. Every single time.
We got Michael talks saying Liverpool FC equals Fire Festival.
You know them bug things, like them things where man gets there and the beds ain't even real. You know what I'm saying? Man living in tents when he showed me a sick 5-bedroom apartment. Yo, if you man ain't see the Fire Festival, you need to watch that.
We've got all the influencers twerking for our club, innit? Kylie
Bro.
Jenner's, Ornstein, you've got flipping, what's her name?
Dua Lipa and them things there.
Yeah, Dua Lipa's flipping Fabrizio Romano, all chatting about Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? This, dead, man, dead. Guys, make sure we are smashing a like. Almost 100 of us in the building, guys. Just, I mean, hit up the likes, please. Yeah, so obviously Jerry Sport, I ain't seen anyone report anything about Gravenberch, so I'm not going to say anything so far. But what we are
I'm trying to find it. I'm not
yeah, it's not coming up. But what we are going to do, people, is we are actually going to go and have a look at what the Athletic are reporting regarding This whole Salah deal, man. This whole Salah deal. It's going to be scary, man, because obviously, the Saudis aren't going to take no for an option. And if Salah feels like, you know what, we're in the mud, like we're not going to go and get into the top four, we're not going to go and do this or that, it's definitely going to be a question on his head, isn't it? He's definitely going to be looking at that move and thinking, you know what, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know what it is? Obviously, of course, if you're in a position of strength, it would look a bit different. But I also think at the same time, I don't know, man. Like, what would he have to gain by staying here? In like, okay, we'll flip it in that way. What do you have to gain by staying? You've won all the competitions, bar the Europa League. I know someone mentioned this before in Enz's thing, but bar the Europa League, you've won everything else. So what would he be staying for? Because I've never seen Messi lift a Europa League in my life. I don't think Ronaldo's ever lifted a Europa League in his life. We still call them the greatest players we've ever seen. I don't feel like him lifting that is going to change like his mind so much where he's like, oh yeah, that's the one trophy. Like, he ain't Klopp. Like, it don't work like that. Like, where he's probably thinking it in that way. I feel like in his mind, if the offer, if the contract is good enough, he has nothing really to stay for. He's done everything he could possibly do in European football. And remember, like, for him to be the face, I think we might even underestimate how big that could possibly be for someone like him to move to that side for Salah. Yeah, man. Don't underestimate that, people. Like, really don't underestimate that. It's a massive thing for him to go over to that side and be in a position where, you know, he's the face of that kind of football, so, and the face of the Middle East. So yeah, I just look at it as, what would he possibly have to gain by necessarily staying here, other than, yeah, break more records. You could do the Harry Kane thing. Yeah, let me just stay and break records and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's all cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, nobody really cares about that kind of stuff if you haven't won anything anyway. But if we're talking about Salah, he's won everything. I don't think he's going to be in a position whereby he's going to be so worried about, yeah, I need to stay at Liverpool he's already, I mean, I was looking at it earlier on. Donny's already 5th top goal scorer for Liverpool. You know, I mean, the highest is Ian Rush on 346. Salah's got 187. I don't feel like he's going to match that. Do you know what I'm saying?
He'd have to play for another 7 years, bro, and be like
exactly
top quality.
And have to keep bagging a bag of goals for it.
No, like you're talking like a couple seasons, he'd have to get 35. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, one season maybe 27, and then a couple 20s, like 18 to 20s.
He's not gonna get that, and he doesn't have to. He's already cemented himself as the best. I mean, I don't know what you guys, I don't know what people in the English dictionary or what football fans call as the foreign player. I don't know if you just think like, because Ian Rush is Welsh, are you going to count him as that? You know what I mean? But I would say he's been probably Liverpool's best ever foreign player to ever play for Liverpool Football Club, you know, since its existence. If I'm being totally honest with you, if you look at his record, if you look at what he's achieved, maybe there might be a few others you might want to throw in there, but you know, he's not got much else. I just don't know what would be enticing him to stay here. I'll be so honest. Like, I really don't know what would make him say, yeah, calm, let me just stay and be top goal scorer in Europa League. That's a sick record to have. You know what I mean? I can take that to the bank. Like, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, anyway. But at the same time, if he stays, then listen, he's my favorite player. I want him to stay. I prefer if he stayed, but I'm just not going to be too hung up about, you know, him going or anything like that. I don't think any of it is that deep. I don't think there's any player, unless you're Messi. Yeah, unless you're Messi, then I don't think there's any player, or really Xavi and Iniesta, where I'm like, you actually can't replace those type of players. Like, you don't find another player like that ever. Like, I don't know anybody who's as close to those three in terms of just football, like in any way, shape, or form, kind of thing. Whereas him, I'm like, yeah, I can find someone else. Might not be as effective right now, but I feel like I can find someone else. Give me a week, I can find you a sick player.
Yeah, it's a problem, man. You need to obviously see what people are saying.
Yeah, big up the chat, man. There's bare of you, bro. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, bare people in the chat, man. Make sure we're smashing a like, please, please, please. Yeah, I was just saying before you came in, it's looking a bit. It's looking a bit political because obviously we're what 80 like 5 away from I think it was like 85 subs away from
Oh shit, yeah, it's gone up. Fuck, yeah, I just looked at it
85.
like literally just now.
Oh, has it gone up again?
Well, as in it's on my thing, it says 1.9. But I mean, I didn't know it went up from the other day.
No,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's at 85. That's what I'm saying. So 85 subs away from 2K, and we said once we hit 2K, we've got to do a watch along, which hits it peak. That means tomorrow I'm running it, or Sunday I'm running a watch along with these man.
What time? What time is the game on Sunday?
I think 4 p.m.
Yeah, I'll be about.
I know, but I'm saying we're gonna get clipped up because other people, like anyway, without the group chat is, man, I'm just gonna be fully straight honest, like
you know, I think it'll be, I think it will be very interesting to do. I've never actually been in one. I've jumped on other people's, like maybe for like a couple minutes here and there, but I've never really been in one for a full game. It'll be very interesting to see like how I would behave, really and truly. Really, I feel like I'm just gonna be the same. Which is you'll just hear me muttering to myself, yeah, this team is shit. Like, you lot are just dead. That's all you're gonna hear from me every like 2 seconds. With a couple like good bits.
Yeah, 100%, man. 2 seconds are gonna get up that. Shout out to who's this from? From D Matt. Who have you heard of? Who's Jordan Harris? See, I'm not doing this. No, some Jordan Harris is some reporter. That's just talking about this.
I thought it was the brother who plays for Hull City.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, cool. Let's go and share this damn thing. And let's read what Ornstein and them man have had to say about this whole deal, man. Because the Athletic hasn't let me down yet, man. Since I've done the Athletic thing, hasn't let me down. So as we can see, people, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah attracted interest from Saudi Pro League side Al-Ittihad. Saudi Pro League
do
side.
us a favor, Jerry, and take off the subscribes because it's like covering some of the bottom part.
Yes. We'll do it. Amazing. We'll do that, man.
Sorry.
No. Makes sense. Isabel, calm. Cool. So, Saudi Pro League side Al-Ittihad have reignited their interest in Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah. It is unclear at this stage if a deal for Salah will materialize, with Liverpool maintaining that the 31-year-old is not for sale. Salah's agent has dismissed reports in early August linking the Egyptian international with a move to Saudi Arabian club. His representative, Rami Abbas, wrote on August the 7th following speculation, "If we considered leaving LFC this year, we wouldn't have renewed the contract last summer. Mohamed remains committed to LFC." Now, looking at that, just that statement, do you trust that statement from his agent? Would you ever use that statement and be like, well, Remy Abbas tweeted that, like, so therefore Salah's not moving?
At that, and it's funny because it says his representative wrote on August the 7th. I don't think he would have known that a deal like this potentially would have come around come the 25th of August. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come the 25th of August now, might be a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I keep saying, man, money talks. And I start talking to you now and saying, no, because he might have looked at it back then on the August of the 7th and said, nah, no club is realistically, like, they would know how much it would take potentially to get a Salah. So he's probably just thinking of it in that kind of sense. Now we come to this time, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, if that deal kind of was to come in, it's going to be a conversation, man. Honestly, it's going to be a conversation. Like, Salah would be an idiot to not think of going to Saudi, in my personal opinion, anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't take that as gospel, though. I wouldn't say that as gospel.
Yeah, that's what it is with me. Like, there's some truth in it. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
The basis of it is that we signed a contract, so we show he remains committed. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, you didn't sign a contract because you were committed to LFC. You signed a contract because you wanted to stay, but you wanted a pay rise. It's not like you extended your contract, but it was on the same terms. You got a bigger pay rise, which means that not only are you protected within yourself, but the asset. So Salah as the asset is protected for Liverpool, which means that Liverpool can turn around and be like, 150 million for Salah because he's got 2 years remaining in his deal. Imagine he had 1 year left on his deal and Salah and Saudi come calling. Different conversation. It's a different conversation at that point. So, yeah, man.
I wonder what Liverpool do with Salah. Just sorry before you go on. I wonder what they would do. But we'll get into that.
Yeah. Well, what, would they sell? You mean that kind of question?
No, as in you just said it. He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's on 350 flipping bags a week. He's only going to want more. He ain't gonna want less. I tell you that for free. He is definitely not taking less.
I think he goes after that deal. They're not Liverpool. When
Yeah.
do Liverpool ever keep 33-year-olds at the club, man? Unless you're
What, Milner on that?
Yeah, but
Milner,
look at the role that Milner was going to play. Do you think Salah's going to be comfortable by saying, "Come, I'll rotate for dough"?
Okay, cool. Let's say Salah scores 30 goals this season, 30 goals next season in his last season. Would you think it like, what would you then say? Liverpool gonna have to look at it and be like, if man like Nunes and that, like, if they're not scoring in goals, I heard talk about Nunes as well. About
I think it's like the Messi situation, man. Even if you're scoring goals, it's just time to go, man. It's time to go. It's like, it's just
nah. Because Messi, like, I don't think that's the same situation. Because Messi didn't leave because he wasn't performing at PSG. Messi was doing absolutely fine there, like calm. Like he could have easily stayed. I was still getting up numbers like that certain man today would cry for. But for like someone like Salah, if he was still to get these same type of numbers, I don't know, man. Liverpool might look at it and be like, again, this is just me talking, dependent on if we're still relying on him for goals. If man like Nunes, Gakpo, Jota, if their man ain't really bagging like that, then yeah. But if they are, then obviously it's a non-starter. Then of course you just bounce kind of thing. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. But I just think like Benzema was playing sick for Real Madrid. He cut.
Yeah, he got for that pedo, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, 1 minute he was staying.
That's my point. But from Real Madrid's perspective, they could have easily been like, no. Like, we ain't got Mbappe yet, so we're not getting rid of the Benzema at all. Like, we can't. We ain't got a striker. Whereas now they've got Josh. I don't feel.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. So I don't look at Real Madrid and think like they're not looking at the situation thinking, yeah, you can't cut like that. Like I feel like they will just be like, all right, like I don't know, it's Real Madrid. I don't feel that they're stressing like that. Like they know at some point in time they'll go out and sign someone anyway, kind of thing. Maybe they did actually genuinely believe that they would actually get Mbappe this summer. Maybe there was like proper conversations behind. I don't know, like that situation, but it's interesting. Like I said, it's just interesting to see. He's got 2 years left. What do Liverpool do anyway? Because if you don't sell him now, when are you going to sell him? If you're not going to renew that deal.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing, man. You're right. Right, it's techie, man. His representative, we read that already. Salah signed a new 3-year contract last summer, which made him the highest paid player in the club's history on around 350 per week. Klopp on Friday, so this is today, said that Salah was 100% committed to Liverpool. There's nothing to talk about from our point of view. We don't have an offer, he told reporters. Mo Salah is a Liverpool player. Obviously, for all things we do, he is essential, was and will be. There's absolutely nothing at the moment. See, this is where if this is conflicting for me, right? I believe personally, you could be committed 100% to something, but you could still cut.
Yeah.
Like I doubt, like, what player can I use as like Kane?
It's funny, I was about to use a scenario, but I just didn't.
No, but Kane, you know that Harry Kane? Harry Kane was committed to Spurs, isn't it? Like, Harry Kane's always just he's committed to Spurs, but he just wanted to cut. So what that says to me, really interestingly, is that they haven't received an offer yet. Obviously, we know is essential to what Liverpool want to go and do. And then, but we don't have an offer. So there's nothing to talk about from our point of view. That's because an official offer hasn't come in. But if an official offer comes in, then what do Liverpool do when that money's in front of you?
But this is what I'm saying. That's why I was like saying earlier on before, I was like, yeah, I think you would have to literally wait for that moment. But you got to remember that the Saudi club are also not going to be, in my opinion, I feel like they would kind of know, give or take. Let's say they've spoken with Salah already. I'm gonna go with the assumption that they've spoken to Salah's agent already and said, this is what we're trying to offer your client. This is the kind of numbers. Forget about the club, but this is just what we're trying to offer thing. I'm gonna also say, Rabbi, whatever his name is, I'm gonna say he also knows, give or take, what it would potentially take for him to leave Liverpool. So I feel like those kind of discussions probably would have already have gone on, where he would have said, all right, let's just go again. We're just going by assumption. let's all go by the assumption that the offer that's been presented to Mohamed Salah is a good offer. Salah, his agent, they both accept it. Not a problem. Cool. Now the conversation is now turned to, all right, well, you guys don't mind the offer. How much do you think Liverpool are going to want, kind of thing? That's where then the conversation is like, okay, well, Liverpool are not really going to do business, and like they're not even going to come to the table unless you offer X amount. I think that's just where it's come. And then obviously they might then have to look at it and think, yeah, either we're going to pay it or not pay it. And that's where I feel like we're at the moment, kind of thing, is that let's not be naive. We all know the agents have already spoken to think, in my personal opinion, for this new kind of news to come out. For when Ornstein's already come out to even confirm that, the agents have 1,000,000% spoken to the Saudi agents, the Saudi team. It's just about speaking with Liverpool. I just don't think that they've spoken to Liverpool yet in terms of how much would it take for you to at least come to the table at the bare minimum. That's what I think that they're probably deliberating, because I don't know their whole financial kind of system in terms of, could they just go out there and say, I want to bet 200 million like straight off the bat and it's got no issues? Then if so, that's maybe what they might do. Again, I said this on Enzo's thing. Remember, the price that we're saying might not be the price that Liverpool is saying. Everyone in the chat say 150. Yeah, that's the minimum. What if Liverpool say now we're good with 100? Then what? They might look at it and feel like, yeah, that's 70 million more than what we paid for him, or 65 million pound more than what we paid for him. We're good. Well, yeah, I'm trying to say I'll take the 100. So I feel like it's going to be interesting. It's just going to be interesting until this bid comes in. And I feel like that first bid is going to be so low that the fan base are going to be like, what the hell is this? But I feel like they would have done that because they would know, yeah, now Liverpool probably accept if we go a little bit higher.
Yeah.
That's my thinking anyway. That's my thinking.
Yeah, no, I agree. I actually follow it. Actually, does make sense. Liverpool have obviously already lost 2 experienced players to Saudi Arabia this summer. Former captain Jordan Henderson moved to Al-Ittihad for 12 million before Fabinho completed a 40 million switch to Al-Ittihad. Al-Ittihad have also signed Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante so far this summer. Salah, who scored 30 goals for Liverpool last season, was recently promoted to the club's leadership group by Jurgen Klopp. He has recorded a goal and an assist in his opening 2 matches of the 2023-2024 Premier League season. Let's give it a solid rating. So yeah, man, that's what Ornstein's saying. I need to know now, and I'm going to actually go and check the poll because the poll's there. Oh, guys, there's 100 of us watching. There's only 54 likes.
I'm saying the likes ain't liking, bro.
Listen,
I'm gonna go and make myself a drink. By the time I come back, if man isn't seeing the likes liking, I'm just gonna lock off the whole stream anyway, man. Fuck it.
All right,
give me 2 sets.
I can't do anything, guys. Anyway, I'm looking at the poll, people, and obviously the question was, does Salah remain an LFC player for this season? 64% of you are really, really optimistic, saying yes. And I'm inclined to agree with you based on logic, 100%. Me personally, I feel like it's I don't even know anymore because we don't know how FSG are going to move and we don't know how they're going to go and operate, why they make certain decisions. You know, Klopp came out and said, no, Salah's not going, 100% committed, all of this type of stuff. With Fabinho, he didn't say anything, and that was our starting DM. So I don't really know how Liverpool going to operate. Now, obviously, it will be disingenuous to go and obviously claim that Fabinho and Salah are on the same level in terms of importance to the club and the team. But still, I think the same type of, message could have been obviously put out. Looking here, 13% of you are saying no. So 13% of you guys are actually saying that, yeah, you know what? Salah's gone, you know. I don't think he stays, which is interesting to go and see. Guys, make sure we're still obviously hitting that poll as well. I want to know as much from you guys. Guys, we're on 65 likes and there's obviously are under watching. Please make sure that we are smashing the like. Please, G's not back yet. So please make sure we're doing that. We've got Harsh Singh saying it's 6 days left in the market. You can't do anything. And if you trust that FSG will respend it and get a better player, you're in a delusion, my mate. Big up to Andiko. Andiko saying, hi, lads. I've accepted he's gone. They are literally going to offer him the keys to the kingdom. I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. Big up to Dana Jack saying 250 M's minimum. 250, yeah? Say no more. We might need you negotiating and not Billy Hogan. We got Ali Nas saying, God help Salah to move to Saudi. We need a big boost in the transfer window before it's over. We can rebuild the team. What do you think of that, G?
Yeah, nah, it doesn't work like that. It actually doesn't even work like that. You don't like we ain't Tottenham. Like when they sold bloody Bell and you don't rebuild it like that. Like ultimately, that will be a stupid rebuild. And not your comment, by the way. I just mean that thought process in terms of you sell someone like that for mad money. So you sell one of the best players in the world in their position to try and rebuild the rest of the team because you couldn't rebuild the rest. Nah, I'm good. I'm good because then that means you're gonna have to compromise somewhere along the line with who you sign because you're gonna try and get bare little pieces. That means you're gonna have to compromise something. So either you're gonna get a meaty winger or a meaty centre back, but a dope winger. So then it was like, well, what was the point of that? I'd rather just keep what you got. Excuse me. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't even look at it like that. I feel like, and remember all the money that you get from transfers, not all of it goes back to you. So if you sell for 250, you don't get back 250. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is like you don't get it to use in the transfer window. You'll get some of that back. Or the owners or the club, they'll give you a percentage of that to be like, all right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. This is what you got. From that 250, you might have 125 as an example, and we're going to use the rest for, I don't know, the stand, towards wages, anything, just anything really and truly. So yeah, man, we've got to think of it like logically. I just don't want people to get upset if he was to leave. That's all.
I hear you, man. Effortless, shout out to Effortless saying that Rami wouldn't have an idea as to what Liverpool would accept. Not going to lie, it's a huge stretch. I think he would, man. I think every agent knows, man. Every agent knows because they're the mediator between the two clubs a lot of the time. They're the mediators, so they'll go and be like, "Look, my client wants to leave. What do you think about that? We don't want him to leave. All right, but what's the price that you would kind of, enter negotiations at? This is the price, 150 million or 200 minimum." He goes back and says, "Hey, they're saying 200 minimum, man. Like, if you want this player, and look, we come, we're happy with obviously the package you've proposed to my client, but they're saying 200 million, so you're gonna have to obviously negotiate on that part." I think 100%. You'd be a fool if I was a footballer and my agent didn't know what my club would accept for me to go and leave. He's not doing his job. He's not doing his job as an agent. So we got Will Dead saying it's easy for Salah as it's his culture. Henderson is different, and his wife won't like the things she has to change. That's regards to Henderson. Yeah, you don't know what type of life she's living. She might be happy, man. He might be living a different life. So we got Captain Sal saying Salah won't go because he wants to celebrate Christmas and post his Christmas tree photos one last time.
Yeah, you man are different. You man are different.
We got LSC Aaron saying the problem is the timing of this. Facts, I agree with that. If the Saudi club had shown their interest 6 weeks ago, then they would have probably had a better chance of signing him. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe not, because maybe they're looking at it and saying, Liverpool are trying to move like they ain't got money. Yeah, Liverpool moving like they ain't got money. Like they don't want to spend on this player and that player. Well, how about we dangle this in front of their mouths and then see if they want that now? Because now they're going to be desperate not only to get money in to invest in other areas of the squad. It's like they've played a couple games. Salah's seen what's going on. Salah might have communicated to his Rami Abbas and said, "Hey, when we signed the contract, they promised me we're going to go and get midfielders. We got rid of Fabinho and Hendo. No DM, no nothing. And we've only got Soboslai and McAllister." Yeah, you know what? Rami, shout out Ittihad again and see what they're saying. Just see what they're saying. We've got Andrew Lane saying, if a silly bid comes in for Salah, he will be off even if he is happy, because FSG, their main interest is getting money in, not for LFC, but for their back pocket. See, I don't agree with that, man. There's no evidence of like back pocket moving from Liverpool. They're just not going to go and spend the money on transfers. Like there's so many other ways you can go and spend the money that we're going and earning, whether that's on jerseys, merch, flipping contracts with this team or contracts with this sponsor, and building the stadium and giving this brother wages and all that type of stuff. So
We can't act like they haven't given us money. So we can't do that whole back. Even if they're doing, like, I don't want to say that they are, but even if they was, it's clearly not hurting us. Like, we're still doing absolutely fine in the money side of things. So would it make a difference? Probably not, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, shout to the op, man. Shout out to op Don in the building. Obviously, say smash the lights, people. Big up Jerry and G. You man are stressed. We're always calm though. We're always calm because we're diamonds. We're built under pressure. This pressure is comfortable. This is nothing new for us, man. This is nothing new. That's why we're chatting. We're chatting to the mandem in the chat, and then things there. Shout out to Scrap saying, did they back pocket the Coutinho money? No. Yeah, that's what G's saying. They didn't. Shout out to Colin Blackshaw saying, what worries me, if any, what worries me is that what worries me if would anyone turn down 1 million per week, as if on more than Ronaldo, it would be close to that. I mean, yeah. He's gonna make a lot of money, man. He's gonna make a lot of money. Effortless saying they did show interest 6 weeks ago. People are too reactionary. Yes, they did show interest, but they might go and try to push for it now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Liverpool showed interest in, I assume, bare players, isn't it? Bare players before that with Virgil van Dijk. We only got him in January, but we showed interest in summer. So it is where it is, man. We got Boom Shankar, big up to Boom Shankar saying, if the Saudi club bid enough money, he's going to go no matter what Klopp or us as fans want. I agree, man. LSC Aaron saying, Matip or Gomez Sunday. Ugh. Or Kwanzaa. It might be Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa might be coming into the defense. Gee, would you be happy with Kwanzaa?
Nope.
Hey. Nope. Estonian saying no. If FSG doesn't sign, remember that Arabian window stays open longer until the 19th of September.
Yeah.
That's the problem, man, as well, man. That's the problem.
Man could duck during the international break. 1 minute he's here, next minute he come back after national, find out, right, what's Salah? Yeah, man's gone, you know. Like, not really what you do about it. Then what?
2 seconds, because I need to. Well, what's
I think it's just.
Yeah, go on.
And just why you're doing that. Yeah, like listen, look, people. We just got to. I think as a fan base, we just got to. I think it was Effortless who just said that there. You're right. Let's. People don't need to be too reactionary. Either way, I don't think that we should even look at it like that, because ultimately we've seen legends of the football club leave countless of times. Like countless. We've seen ballers. We've seen Suarez. Like imagine would anyone in here would like I'll say myself and Jerry, but anyone else in the chat, would you have genuinely thought Liverpool would sell Fernando Torres to Chelsea, would sell Suarez to Barcelona, would sell Coutinho to Barcelona, and we've won more without them than with them? Would anybody would have thought that? Because I know for a fact I was definitely not sitting there when we had Gerrard playing in behind Fernando Torres with Mascherano and Alonso and the flipping defense and goalkeeper. Would you ever realistically have thought that? Of course you wouldn't. You'd be an idiot to think that, because that was actually really, 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 really good players. But guess what? They moved on, and look where we are now. Do you know what I'm saying? So time moves on, man. Time moves on. So we can't even dwell on these kind of things too much. If he leaves, that's on him. We wish him well. You've been one of the best players, if not the best, arguably player that we, under Jurgen Klopp anyway, specifically, that we've had. You've contributed probably the most, to everybody, to our success. Come on, man. Like it's one of them things. Like I just don't feel like I'll be that like crying about it. Like I honestly just don't feel like it's that deep kind of thing in the situation. Like, of course, trying to replace a player like that is going to be hard to do. But guess what? In 2 years' time, we're going to be having the same conversation anyway. How do you replace Salah? I don't know. I really don't know how you replace him. So I'd rather just, if we're going to have that conversation, give me my money first, and we can have that conversation.
I mean, it's mad, isn't it? Because we said, how do we replace Suarez, and we still managed to, obviously,
and we still managed
to. I know it took a couple of years, but it's not like we're winning anything now anyway.
Exactly.
We're all saying we're not ready for the league and stuff. So we all said how we're going to replace Coutinho. We all said how we're going to go and replace whoever we went and got, man.
Gerrard, Alonso, Mascherano, like, bro, you can go down the list, bro.
Like it's been like that, man. It's been like that. So
man sold Owen to flipping Madrid and had Heskey in them man up top. You think man was like wasn't stressing? I was like, right, how are you gonna replace? Now we're in this position, man. Time moves on. Time moves on.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
Heskey, you know.
Yeah, shout. We got K-Mac in the building as well. Who's come on for the last bit. Shout out to K-Mac. Hope you're doing well.
Big up, bro. Big up.
Yeah, if I get into the comments, man, chat to me about this whole Salah situation, man. What you got to say about it?
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
all good.
Can you hear us okay? Yeah. The Salah thing, this has been rumbling for a couple of weeks now, hasn't it? The thing about it though is like when his agent came straight out and said that, I just thought, you know, you're doing the groundwork there already, aren't you? You know, you're kind of doing the deflection. Look, at the end of the day, like I've said this on Ensman's show, this could be a case of Salah giving Liverpool a chance this season to see the rebuild, to see how things were going to go, how Klopp was going to, you know, do this revolution after this 7-year point. And he might have just sat there and gone, nah, this ain't for me now. Like, we're just not good enough. We haven't signed enough players. The back room's all over the place still. You know, you've got directors of football, like being directors of football in foreign countries. You know, you've got coaches. Like, there's stuff that's now come out with Pep and Linda saying he had a bet with Klopp about whether Trent could play as a inverted right back. And he bet his whole year's wage. He bet his whole year's wage on it, like that it would work. Like you got your assistant manager and your manager making bets on whether someone's going to play well or not. Like, you're out of your mind. So for me, I genuinely think he'll go. I just do. Look, how long did it take to sort out his contract? A year? Half a year? Like, it took a long time to sort that contract out. And we were umming and ahhing over whether we pay him or not. Like, the fans were like, he doesn't deserve it. Like, the man deserves every penny he gets from us because he plays every single minute. I just see too much. I see him getting dragged off. I see him getting upset. I see, like he just got added to the leadership group. Like, how was he not there already? Like, the man's been killing it for like 5 years. And he wasn't in the leadership group. Like, he's the captain for Egypt. Like, he's basically like treated like a god. Like, I heard something from Albert last night on my show, and he got 3 million votes from Egyptian people to be the president, and he wasn't even in the running. Like, that is nuts. Like, if this guy goes to the Middle East, there'll be a fanfare for about 50 miles. Like, he will be treated like a king. I mean, he's a king for us, but he will be treated like a real king. Like, and for me, he's got one more contract left in him. His agent's going to get 10 million, 20 million off this deal. Like, you know what I mean? You would be crazy not to be looking now. You'd be crazy. And let's be honest, we've been underwhelming. Really, really underwhelming. Like, we got 2 players, McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, which are amazing players, dream players I wanted. And then we got Endo, like, and then we got bossed around by Chelsea we've been linked with like 71 midfielders. Like, what on earth's going on? We've now got a centre back injured, who always gets injured at the start of the season. Salah has to be looking around now. It'd be crazy not to. And look, you've just got a 21-year-old Vieira, who we were linked with all window. He's just gone to Saudi Arabia. Like, anyone can go to Saudi Arabia now. Money talks. And, you know, 350 grand a week to 2 million a week. Like, I know what I'm doing. And he doesn't have to live in Saudi Arabia, by the way. He can live in Bahrain.
Yeah, true. Yeah, very true.
Like, they're all living nearby, like in really amazing places nearby. They're not living in Saudi Arabia. So that's how I feel about it. And, you know, at the end of the day, there's a guy who's possibly on his way to West Ham, who I think could actually do a decent job. He's not going to be Salah, but I feel like Kudus is like a Mane regen. 23 years old, plays right across the midfield. He can even play DM, by the way. We had 2 scouts watching him in the World Cup. For some reason, we haven't gone for him. He's available for 35 million. Like you can even play Dominic Szoboszlai there. I'm sorry, like Ben Doak is not a Salah replacement. Like our fans are deluded if they think we're going to throw a 17-year-old in to do Salah's job.
No.
No
I hope
assists,
no
no
one thinks
goals.
that anyway.
Like give him a chance maybe, but Kudus, I think he could do a job there. You know, Doku's gone to City now. He was another player that we were looking at for a long time. I don't see many players that could fit in that position. You know, Casciavelli from Napoli is going to cost over 100 million. Napoli are a nightmare to work with. I don't know.
Who's Casciavelli?
You know, the Georgian international, plays for Napoli. I can't pronounce his name.
Kvaratskhelia, yeah.
Kvaratskhelia,
yeah, there we go, yeah.
I'm a scout, so I don't pronounce things right.
No, no, for a second, I was just thinking, who's that? I was like,
who's he? Yeah. Oh, the big guy, yeah.
I was like, he might be good, but yeah. Feature, there we go. That's the first name, isn't it? That's it.
I'll call him that.
Man, just call him Kvaradona, or I'm just going to have to call him Kavici or something if he was to ever come here.
It sounds like food.
Yeah, man, he needs to change his name. I don't do long names.
What do you think, though? What do you think? Do you think he'll go? It's in Al Jazeera, by the way, that he's agreed a contract. It's on Al Jazeera, the channel. It's the biggest Middle Eastern channel. Like, and it's.
I don't think the contract part is the part that we should be focusing on. Like that is probably the easiest thing to do. Like that will take 2 seconds for him to agree something like that. And I feel like
of course
he would have probably agreed that.
Of course, just to caveat, like not even caveat, to jump in. Like he makes 350 a week at Liverpool. He's going to be making 350 a day at Liverpool at Al-Ittihad.
Yeah.
So that's easy. Like that's easy. That's just not.
But he just might not want the stress of leaving. Like he just might not want the whole. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Think about it. It's not stress. Look how easy that Fabinho one was. It's only because they were negotiating for so long and we had pre-season.
But Fabinho's not Salah. That's the only difference. Fabinho's not Salah.
But if Liverpool agree to that deal, there's no stress with that. He just goes in and be like, "Yeah, I got this."
No, but this is what I'm saying is that Liverpool and obviously as we saw, they'd be way more willing to let go of Fabinho than they would be of Salah, because they know obviously with the two players, one's a lot more indispensable than the other. So that's why I feel like, again, honestly, I just think it will come down. Salah will be calm. I agree with you. I think Salah will be super calm. He'll be like, yeah, like I'll roll. I'll believe it. If they say yes, I'll be on the first plane or private jet that they're gonna hire for him and whatever it is that they're gonna do for Salah and his family. All I know, Salah's missus and kid is already in Saudi Arabia, waiting for them to be like, yeah, cool, we've already settled in. You know, we've already settled in, kind of thing. But it will just come down to Liverpool. Honestly, Liverpool can make this as tough as humanly possible, and also commercially for Liverpool. You know, those are things to obviously think about, because now we've got to look at the commercial side of things. Losing a player like Salah to Saudi, that side of the map, shall we say, for Liverpool, now you're gonna just see that decrease in sales, in revenue, and all that kind of stuff, just because we have got no, to my knowledge. Yeah, everyone's gone, so we ain't got no one else really from that side for us to really make that kind of money. So now I'm looking at it, thinking to myself, right, well, maybe there's more that Liverpool are just going to need to think about in that kind of regards, you know, when it comes to that. So that's why I think that they would make it difficult, so to speak, in terms of the money and stuff like that. But
you know what, G, it's really hard not to be Megatron, though, isn't it? Like, let's be honest. Like, they're sat there going, oh yeah, who can work out the commercials? Oh yeah, they've gone to Newcastle.
It's like, listen, because sometimes you just got to be. You just got to be honest with the situation. That's what it is. I just don't want Liverpool fans as a whole. I get it. Salah is my favorite player, so I'm definitely not sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, I would just want him to go." But of course not, because who you gonna like? You have to start looking at who you replace him with. It's the end of the window. There's so many different things to think about. But at the same time, there's no point dwelling. If a player comes out like Sadio Mane did, like a Genie, like when these players come out and tell you, yeah, I want to go, why am I stressing? He wants to go. Now it looks creepy because I want him, like I'm forcing him to stay now. It just looks weird to me. Like you want a player to stay that wants to go? That's creepy. Like I don't feel comfortable with that notion of having a player here who wants to leave a football club. They want to go, facilitate that as best as you can, man. Stop keeping. It's like Lukaku at Chelsea. It's creepy that he's still there when he wants to go. But they don't want to let him go because of the money that's being offered. Now it's just a weird situation. If he wants to go, Salah, you've got my blessing. Yeah, I mean, you've done everything I could have asked you for, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Exclusive people. This is direct 5 minutes ago from Dave O'Cop, stating that. Hold on.
There you go.
Can I just say something, Jerry? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? That's exactly what Caicedo said.
Yeah. And it's the same thing that they said about Fabinho as well, that Fabinho wouldn't push a move through, but he was open to go to Saudi Arabia.
And we all know how all this ends.
Al-Ittihad have serious sign. Obviously, David Cook saying, obviously, Al-Ittihad are making serious attempts to sign Mohamed Salah this summer. As we revealed this week, the 5th highest Liverpool goal scorer is one of the most sought-after signings for the Saudi Pro League. At the start of the transfer window, Salah ruled out any move away from Liverpool, but is now willing to listen to offers from Al-Ittihad. The Egyptian was open to a move away from Liverpool next summer, but the landscape is shifting slightly. Salah is now willing to listen to what Al-Ittihad have to say. Any transfer would be discussed between PIF and Liverpool. Salah has given the go-ahead for PIF to have discussions with Liverpool. It would be a complex transfer as Liverpool are unlikely to have sufficient time to find a replacement. PIF have courted Salah's signature for the past 2 months and have indicated that they would make him the highest paid player in the league. The Jeddah side are willing to offer more than 100 million for the Egyptian services. At the moment, Mohamed Salah will not force a move away from Liverpool as he will respect the club's wishes. The winger has incredible respect for the fans and the club. Liverpool issued a hands-off warning to Al-Ittihad via UK outlets this week. The club know by accepting an offer without Salah requesting a move would be detrimental to the already strained relationship between the owners and fans. Wow, 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 wow. So that's why they don't want to go and accept it.
That's the only reason why. PR.
The club know by accepting an offer without Salah requesting a move would be detrimental to the already strained relationship between the owners and the fans. That's what it is. It's PR. It's PR.
I just said that about his agent, didn't I? I said his agent's going to come out and rebuff it straight away because it's PR. Like, it's PR. And we know what Liverpool fans are like. Like, we would literally go bonkers. Like, we are all over.
I don't think so.
No, but someone said, I think it was Jamie Phillips. He said basically we've all got PTSD. Liverpool fans.
Yeah. I don't think Liverpool fans will even go as crazy as we think. I think we always think that. I did used to think that. And everyone always says, oh, yeah, maybe online and that. But you know what? And big up Terry, actually, on Football Terrace, because he speaks about this, obviously, in regards to like Manchester United fans and stuff like this. At the end of the day, if Donnies are still going to the game, the stadium is still full, like all of this talk is just talk. Season ticket is my mum even came off the list because she was like, I've been waiting for over 10 years to get onto the bloody list, so there was no point of even staying on that kind of thing. Like, obviously this is another conversation for another day in terms of when the transfer window is probably over to look at everything as a whole. But ultimately, if all of these things are still happening, I'll be so real. This is why I don't get engaged in I don't like getting engaged in this FSG and Klopp, because at the end of the day, it's such a pointless conversation. We can all scream till we're blue in the face that, yeah, FSG needs to go and this needs to happen and and blah, blah, blah. People are still going to go to games. People are still going to keep buying their merch. Jerry's still going to keep buying kits. Like, it's not going to change anytime soon. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because the reality of the situation. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying is that this is what I'm saying is that, like, I'm really messing. But like, this is what I'm saying though. Like, you just said it there, K-Man. I love the hoodies. At the end of the day, you're still giving that club money. So if we all really cared, like if we all genuinely really cared, we would just stop the whole thing. Like we would actually just stop. It would be a genuine protest. But the general consensus don't really have that. Well, in terms of just in a general, it's not really like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why I don't think Liverpool fans will be as mad with the window as we think. It will be mad to a point, and then everyone will just kind of just forget about it, and it'll just be like, oh, Liverpool. If Liverpool's finished fourth, we'll be like, oh, Liverpool's so amazing, and this. I'm just like, yeah. See, this is just it is what it is with how we are as fans at the end of the day. Still keep watching the games. I'm still going to keep watching the games. Listen, I got content to make. I'm still going to watch the games. I'm still going to do my match analysis. Still going to be on Jerry's show. Still be doing preview. Like, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here. You got to say, like, that is never going to change. Because obviously you love the football club. But I guess if we all really cared as much as some of the people who are talking, if they actually really cared, you'd cut all that shit out. You'd cut all of that out. And honestly, I just don't think people care enough like that, to be honest with you. You care up to a point when someone asks you to do something. Oh, I don't care that much. I care, but I don't care that much. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? And that's how I look at the fan bases. You care, but you don't care that much. There's only so much you can do. So, it is what it is.
Do we get someone else? We've got 6 days. Because we're going to have to do it before, because they've got another 3 weeks, haven't they? Like after our window closes.
That's my worry. I think with Liverpool, because of how we've moved, if this was Liverpool of 4 seasons ago, where the Michael Edwards was operating to this highest level and we had this list and it didn't matter who was coming in, I'd be not confident, but I'd be like, oh, okay, Liverpool are going to bring someone in. It might not be who we want, but it's going to be definitely we're going to sort something out. Liverpool now, we've shown with this DM situation, they just pivoted to Endo. Like a last minute pivot to Endo. Like going from Caicedo to Lavia to Endo. It's like Endo was never in the discussion, but we went to someone like that. Liverpool, imagine we got an Endo equivalent at right wing.
I can't even think of one.
No, you're not going to think of one because we don't know who the brother is. We don't know who the brother is. It's like that. We don't know who the guy is until he comes into the club. Imagine Liverpool went and said, you know what? See Poulsen from Leipzig. Yeah, we're going to grab him still. He can play on the wing.
It wasn't even that. You'd be mad if you sold Salah and signed Harvey Barnes. Like you would have been mad with people would be like, what? Harvey Barnes? And you sold Salah? That's a crazy replacement to have. Harvey Barnes? That's crazy. That's actually considering you think about the levels there.
But Liverpool won't even do that. I'm saying an Endo signing. A random winger that you're like, who is this brother? From Stuttgart. Who is he? Like Silas from Stuttgart.
Did Stuttgart get relegated?
No, they were battling relegation. Yeah, they were battling relegation.
Because they sold loads of players.
Yeah. We got Alain Nuss saying that Szoboszlai can play right wing, Gakpo as well. Szoboszlai's played right wings many times for his country. Maybe that's what we're hearing, man. Szoboszlai right wing, Gakpo through the middle, Diaz.
You know what's going to be jokes? Klopp benches Salah on Sunday. I will bust up. I will actually.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Someone's just posted something in the chat, and that kind of does that make a bit of sense? I know it's a bit conspiracy this, but we lose the Salah shirt sales. We gain the shirt sales from Endo. Big up, Angel, by the way.
From Endo?
I don't think Endo will be.
Japanese captain.
Endo would never bring any shirts. Who's got Endo on the back of their shirt?
I don't think Endo. Yeah.
No. I'm all for having a player's name on the back of the shirt. I'm not like G. I'm not like Megatron. But listen, anyone that's got Endo on the back of their shirt, raise your hand right now in the chat. Make it known in the chat right now. Sorry, we need to kick you off the show. It's impossible. Endo. Yeah, you don't even know how the brother plays, and no, stop. Who's got Endo on the back of their shirt?
Man said just rip the hate drop. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, the thing is, I hear your thought process. I do hear it. I hear why you think that, but not for Endo. Like you'd need to have literally the star of like Japan, but he would have had. You know what you would have needed? You would need like Matoma for something like that to really take off.
Or like Kubo, or like
Kind of
Kubo,
thing.
or that
Yeah, like Kubo. Yeah.
Massive. He's
Yeah.
massive in their community.
But he's already kind of like sick over here, kind of thing. Or in Europe, shall we say, that they're sick already. Then you'll be like, okay, Matoma. Okay, Matoma.
Like Honda.
Yeah,
you see Honda.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
If Liverpool
Someone like
grab Honda, that makes sense because they're.
No, but I wanted us to grab him bare times though. Bare times I wanted to grab him, bro.
I wanted Honda. There, Honda.
Yeah. Hey, bro, cricket's was a matic.
We got Andico here saying, let's be honest, we haven't replaced Gerrard's goals from midfield.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Penalties from midfield. It was penalties from midfield that last season, man.
Yeah, real talk. He was getting bare pens.
It was penalties from midfield, man. Penalties. We got Sean Mac 10 saying, Bayern doesn't want to let Dutch midfielder Ryan Gravenberch go. Rejected a 48 million offer from Liverpool. 48 million.
Yep.
Oh my god! I told you this is where man. You know when man know you've got peas now. You see in school, G, like they told you to jump once and you jumped and all the head was bare coins and they were like, hold on, you had £7 in coins. Say no more. Every day now, every day they're expecting you to have £7. You're not going to get a break now. Liverpool aren't going to catch a break.
It's not even that. After school, when certain men are only getting like burger and chips, which might cost like £2 or something, but these times you're getting burger, chips. You might even throw in a wing or something like that. A drink as well. You're getting a drink. These times that costs like £4 or £5 or whatever. Yeah, now I know you're the brother I'm definitely coming to every day after school because I definitely need that extra pound. People are watching this.
Let me have a bit of burger.
Bro, are you crazy? Of course. Let me have a look. But I used to dip it. Yo, let me have a bit of that burger, Ruba. What do you mean? Like, of course I need that now. Listen, guys, everyone went to my school. Everyone went to my school and they know, bro. Ask 10 people for 10p, you make £1, man. Trust me, you got hustle out here. You got hustle out here. You make £1.
I used to get 50p. I used to get 50p at school for school dinner, and I get a chip bap and a can of Coke.
The thing is, but I can only imagine back them times. Yeah, so I'm saying I can only imagine.
And they were weird 50p's back then as well.
I would have been calm with if someone had said to me, if someone had said to me like, yeah, you can. I'll be like, yeah, I'll run that. Come on, man. You guys need to know the struggle out here, man. What do you mean?
The worst one is the funniest thing is that let me have a bit of that burger, let me have a bit of that chicken, and then just go like this and just take all the meat off the bone, like you're left to.
Or do
you know what's mad when you're trying
that in your mouth and then go there you go.
when you're trying to ask a guy who's only bought 2 wings, hey, let me have a wing. What? I've only got 2 wings, bro. What do you mean? Let me have a wing. Hold on. So I'm gonna pay this for 2 wings, and I'm gonna give you 1. That doesn't even make sense. I used to do it though, but I'm saying it doesn't make sense. Sorry for all the people I used to take their food, man. Sorry.
Oh, let me sky the drink.
I used to sky bear. You know, I'm skying it more than I would actually drink if it was my own drink. Man.
That's what I'm saying, isn't it? Andrew Dollaway, big up to Andrew saying the Saudis are smart. They are giving us a chance to find a replacement with a week of our week window. If not, they can still take him when our window closes. Yeah, scary, man. Dana Jack saying the market is too inflated, and by next season, players will start to range from 80 plus, and 100 mil will become the norm. I can't see that happening. It'll probably dip soon, man. Do you think it's going to dip or not?
At some point, yeah. Obviously, we know that the market always does, like the stock market.
Chelsea killed it.
But Chelsea are buying all of their players now. So sorry.
Yeah.
Before they get back.
Ashley Broomfield saying we are done under these owners no matter what happens. Salah must leave. Honestly saying Liverpool could now return for 30 million rated Bayern Munich midfielder Ryan Gravenberch with a move for Crystal Palace cheap Doucouré deemed too expensive. Sources have told Football Insider.
I just think they just don't rate him. But that's why they don't want to sign him. I just don't think they rate him.
Shout out to do you want to help me with the name?
I ain't got my glasses.
I'm sorry, I don't read Russian, man, or Ukrainian, one of those. Sorry.
Big up your damn self for the comment.
Yeah, shout out to BC. Yeah, shout out to Liverpool should cash in by doing a Coutinho on the Arabs. Potentially, like I said, I would agree with that if we had FSG in place, but because we don't and it's just schmack, and Jurgen Klopp running things, I just don't trust it, man. Angel968 saying take 150 plus million, make a bid for Bissouma and Adeyemi or Kudus. Bissouma's not going anywhere, bro.
He's not going nowhere, bro.
Nowhere.
BC saying mind. He scored 19 goals last season on that sort of wages. He's past his prime. That much is clear and obvious. He's unlikely to replicate his past form, methinks. That's a fair assessment, man. That's a fair assessment.
He scored 19 goals and we were dog shit.
Yeah, but Spurs were worse than Kane scored more, innit? You could argue. Like,
that's play down the centre. Yeah, no, I get it.
Salah was still amazing. Salah was still great. Like, good stats. It wasn't amazing. It was good stats, but is he gonna go and get that 30 goals a season again in the Prem?
Just don't know, do we?
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
I would go for Kudos though, definitely. I just think we need to be looking at players that we can sign. We keep on going for people that aren't for sale or not available. This guy's like on his way to the UK.
Yeah. Boom Shankar saying stadium will always be full. If the core local fans don't go, it will be filled with other fans from across the UK or the world. 100%, man. 100%. Hold on. Work. Cool. In an hour 20, he needs to bounce him, man. Shout out to everyone in the building, guys. Please, how many likes are we on now? We're on 87 likes, people. Please. Can we get to 100? Please, can we get to 100? That would be
13
amazing.
to 100, Pete. 13 to 100.
100.
If you haven't smashed that like button, smash that like button, man. Smash that.
There we go, man.
You imagine if Man City signed Doku just so we couldn't. You might have been like our target in case Salah left.
Maybe.
Man City signed him just for the sake of it.
Maybe, man. We got King Cop. Shout out to King Cop saying, JJ, what you think is the Salah thing? Do you think the Salah thing is to take focus off us not signing anyone else, or do FSG sell and look to balance the books? There's nothing to balance the books, man. We're in profit. Balance the books. We're in profit. Like, we can't balance the books because the books have been balanced for time now.
I think we're 90. I think we spent 90 million, mate. I think
we spent 90 million. So we're 90 million. Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Not to go.
We'd have to get someone. We'd have to get someone in though. The club could never do that. We're talking about PR. The club would have to do that, man.
There's loads of stuff like about Caicedo was a fake bid. Like, are you having a laugh? Like, there's just so much stuff going around now. Liverpool's just a massive talking point for everyone, even if they support Liverpool or not. It's crazy. We are just crazy at the moment. And we got Newcastle as well at the weekend, who were pretty much owned by Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Got quite an important game, you know.
And Benzema's looking to leave as well, by the way. The club that's looking at Salah. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, though he will leave if Salah comes, innit? They don't need both.
So
you
know what I mean?
What else are we seeing here? What are the comments saying? Effortless saying, would it be shocked if a deal was agreed now, but for Salah to go next season? That's a potential possibility.
I always thought he would. I always thought he would go next season because we're not going to give him a pay rise for a new contract, and he'll be down to his last year. Like, you can't be giving someone like more than 350 grand when he'll be like 33. You know what I mean? I always thought he would go next window, but Klopp said it in his press conference that he was worried that Saudi Arabia's window closed after ours. And as soon as I heard that, I just thought, okay, we just need to look at who Saudi Arabia are looking at. And they were linked with Diaz, they were linked with Alisson, now they're linked with Salah. And they've already took two others in Henderson and Fabinho. Like, my worry is they come knocking for Verge. Like, he's 31. Like,
that would be hilarious.
Question from Honesty saying, opinion on Klopp saying if the Saudis want to play with the big boys, they should follow the same rules.
You gotta realize, I think Pep Guardiola mentioned something about, he was like, everyone's always crying everyone's always crying about this whole Saudi situation, but these times when the Saudi teams come, you're still accepting their bids anyway. So why are you crying about them? If you don't want your player to go to Saudi, then you say no. It's that simple. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. At the end of the day, man, just got to deal with it. You remember we're the big boys to teams like Klopp used Wigan and stuff like that. We are the big boys to them. So when we come to them, you know what I mean? They can't cry anything about it. They just got to just suck it up, man. So suck it up. Real talk, suck it up.
100%, man, 100%. So, all right, quick question before we head out, though, man. We know, actually, 2 questions. I'm going to go around and ask you guys. One, would you sell Salah? If you were FSG, if you were Klopp, do you sanction the signing of or the sale of Salah? And the second question, which is a bit more important, is who do you sign to replace him? I'm going to start with K-Mac on this one.
Okay, I'll go the other way round. So I would probably, I'd probably go for the German lad Wirtz, and I'd change the formation and play Dom out there, and then play Wirtz in his position. You know what I mean? From
why would let's say you couldn't change the formation? It was the way it is. So anything that we've gone and seen, it has to be a like for like. We haven't got time to change the system and the formation. It has to be a plug and play player. And why as well? Why would you sign that player as well? That's a good one.
I just think we've looked at him for a long time. I think he'd fit our style perfectly. He plays a brilliant attacking midfield on the right role. He's been really good for them. He's really good. He's German international. He's 21. I just think he'd be great. Plug and play. Bloody hell. Or even Gavi. Gavi would be good as well in the midfield, and then move Dom out there. I think Dom could do a really good job out there. You've already seen him kind of drift out there and burn people. I think he's probably got a really good goal output as well. I think you get 20 goals from Dom if you played him out there.
20 goals?
Yeah, I think you could.
In the season?
Yeah, I think
he
scored 10 last season for Leipzig. So I think you could. He's still only 22. He's not even at the age we signed Salah at. So, we signed Salah when he's 24, wasn't he, or 25? I think Chiesa's another good shout as well, by the way. I was going to say Chiesa. I know, and I'm thinking of someone who can play on the right straight away, because there's a lot of left-sided players. For me, Chiesa, Kudus.
No, but one, because obviously we're going to go around. So
okay, we straight in there now. I can only
find one
Kudus,
player.
Straight in there now, Kudus. We'll get him.
Okay, cool.
Get him. And would I sell him? I'd only sell him if we knew we were going to change the formation. If we're not changing the formation, then don't sell him.
Cool. G.
I was going to say Gnabry. I would literally just be like, all right, cool. If you sell him, just go sign Gnabry. I think.
Gnabry on the right. Would you play Gnabry on the right?
Sided?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can play right or left. He don't have a side. It just depends on if Sane plays, he'll play on the left. Sane doesn't play, he plays on the right. So he's mostly a right winger. So I'll go.
Does Musiala play on the right?
No, he's like I don't know, man. This guy's like a space invader. He just plays in the pockets. He's like a Foden. Them guys don't have positions. Yeah, I mean, so to speak. But I honestly, I would actually just go with. Yeah, I would have gone with Sane, but I think Sane's lost a bit of intensity in the last couple of years. Watching him play at Bayern Munich, he just doesn't look like he's 100% there for some weird reason. Don't know what it is. Still blistering pace though, which is crazy. But I just think, even though I like both of them, I'd probably go Gnabry, if I'm being honest. I feel like he would be able to slot on that right-hand side, no problem. Can use his left foot as well. Dope finisher. Can play him through the middle if I needed to. And you're talking about just trying to find someone who's just elite, or at least close to that level. I can't think of everyone. Man are saying Cavaradon. I'm like, that brother can only play left. When he plays on the right, it's all looking a bit spooky. So I agree.
Gnabry was available as well, like about a year ago, wasn't he? Before when his contract was running down.
I reckon he'd be available now. I reckon that,
Oh,
like they would
touched
look at it
him.
and be like, why not? Like you could sign him right now if you really wanted to.
He's serious.
Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price.
True. Yeah.
What about you? You're not getting out of it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, Bob, like.
Oh man.
You didn't like that, sorry. I think Gnabry's like 27.
I'm selling him. Reason being is because I don't. Like, I know it doesn't make sense, and part of me thinks it doesn't make sense, but I just don't think we're ever going to get that amount of money that we should for him. And if we're going to rebuild, you might as just scrap everything up and start again, because having the likes of like Salah and stuff like that, unless this season we do a miracle win the league, which I don't think we're going to go and do, I think we still finish like 5th, 6th, between 4th and 6th. So if that's the case, it doesn't matter whether Salah's scoring the goals, whether it's shared out across the team. Do you know what I mean? Look at where Spurs finished and they had goal scorers. Do you know what I mean? Spurs had Kane and look where they finished. I think the team's more important. Who would I go and play? Shout out to Alexander. They lost. I think Jones can play on the right, man. I think if Jones plays on the right, he can be our...
Brother, who would you sign if Liverpool were to sell?
Dembele. Musa Dembele. Who I'm signing, yeah?
Like, if you genuinely had to sell, man, and it was like, yeah, all right, cool, you've got whatever the amount that is that you're willing to sell him for, and you can go and pick a player who's not Mbappe,
right.
who I don't think can play on the right anyway.
Yeah.
Have you actually talked about how much you'd sell him for? Because I don't think we'd get more than 100 million, by the way.
I think we get 100. I think you could get probably 150.
Because Neymar went for 85. Same age.
Yeah.
Won loads more.
The Middle East will pay anything for him because of what he's going to go and bring to the country. 150.
Yeah.
They'll
make that money back in a week.
Yeah, I think, yeah. All right, I've got 2.
Tricky.
Nah, it's mad hard. I've got 2.
Right? Because you can't just be throwing out 2. Give me your 1, bro. Can't sign 2 players.
I've got 1. No, I've got 1, like the PR one. So, like, you know the one you're talking about now, where it's like you'd sign Gnabry and stuff. That suits the PR a bit more. And even like I'd probably go with like a Sane, because for PR, it's like he's been in the Premier League, he's done it, he's won in Germany, German international. Like, stylistically, he's a great player. I would probably go Sane if I had to just think of a name, right?
I mean, the man's even been punched in the face by Mane. I mean, you know, he's got all of it, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe when it comes to us after that. But
he's got the bruises.
Yeah, I would go with like a Saka. I would, yeah. But
that's unrealistic, though. That's why I didn't pick. I would have picked Saka straight away, but that's unrealistic.
I would have picked Vinny then, wouldn't I?
Sane. I would go with Sane. Sorry,
yeah.
I would go with Sane. Yeah. However, if Michael Edwards was behind me, yeah, I'd maybe grab like a young little Pedro Neto, a young, you know, like a player like that, like a player that we don't know about, but just do a rebuild properly now, innit? And it's just like, here's what it is. This is our new team, and he's got
like
to go and get to that level. I mean, I haven't seen Bakayoko, but I've seen Neto more up close. But just a player, not Neto specifically, but a player that has got the potential to be a good player. That's got the potential to be a good player.
Barcola could, yeah. Barcola, the French.
Barcola, yeah. Maybe whoever. But just a player like that won't appease the fans. That us as fans will be like, what the hell are we doing? How could we let go of someone like that and bring this player in? But he turns out to be a very good player. So I compare it to like when Ousmane Dembele went to Barca and they went and grabbed Sancho from City that had never played a pro game in his life. And it kind of worked out where Sancho was good for them. That type of signing. But I don't know who that player would be, though. That's what I'm saying. It could be anyone from Neto to Barcola to flipping
for you.
Whoever. Raksaki from Palace. Anyone that they just say, you know what, we're just gonna go and give you a chance to
play. If this picks up losing traction.
Elise.
Yeah. He'd be another. He falls into that same bracket that Jerry's talking about. Like,
he's my guy. He's my guy. I'm changing my mind. Elise.
No name that we're probably, even the names that we're saying, other than Sane or Gnabry, none of these other names that we're even thinking about who are sick players are players who are of that type of level, and that's the play that you're trying to replace. So yeah, I think Jerry's right. You'd end up just having to just say, fuck it, let's just do a rebuild, like, because you're not going to sign really and truly. You need to sign Saka. That would be the next best player in the world right now that I would be like, I would accept you doing that for. But because I know that we would never do something like that, and he ain't leaving Liverpool, Arsenal to come to Liverpool, it would have to be at least say, Turkey, Barcola, like Adeyemi. These are all good players. Like, I like all of them. I think they're all ballers, but they're nowhere near to Saka's level. You know what I'm saying? Saka's on a close to Salah.
Can I just put a shout in on that? I guarantee if we'd have kept Michael Edwards, we'd have got Saka. We'd have got Saka.
Maybe.
We'd have got him off Arsenal before he signed a new contract. You know, when they had those seasons where they were really flaky, we'd have gone in and bought him. We'd have gone in and threw 50 million at him and got him. 100%. He was definitely a player that Michael Edwards would have got. 100%. And Martinelli as well. I wouldn't be surprised. And we also had there's also rumours coming out now as well that we could have got their centre back before he went to Arsenal. Yeah, we had a choice to get Saliba. Klopp didn't fancy him.
Funny how lifetimes, eh?
Yeah. Funny. Quick one, yeah, G. Would you take Pepe from Arsenal? Like on a mad cheap? Like 5 mil?
I said that.
Nope.
Said that before.
Nope.
You don't rate him?
Not even close.
When you were talking about like a 30-year-old, I said Pepe.
It reminds me of your playing style, G.
Yeah, he probably would be. Yeah, which would frustrate bare people. Would you frustrate? But one day you're amazing, next day you're just like, right, him? That's crazy. Like, I couldn't do. He reminds me too much of like a Diaz, man. Can't have two of those in the team.
Is he still fast?
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he would be.
But it's mad, his
them
record.
Jorginho type players, like.
But the thing is, his record isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I don't
even care about his record. It's just his style of play. It just couldn't fit Liverpool. He would remind me almost like a stylistically, almost probably even like a Harvey Elliott. Likes to cut in, likes the ball to feet, but he's quick enough. Obviously, Harvey's not quick, but in terms of he can actually run in behind, but he likes that ball to feet. He likes taking on his man and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, man. I just couldn't have him though. Yeah, Pino. He's another good one as well. He's another good man.
He's got a £50 million release clause, I think, or £60 million release, or £60 million release clause. Pino.
That's the type of signing I feel like we would probably make. Like Jerry said, it will be like one of those guys, like you're like, oh, okay, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna have a look at just some of the comments before we head out. We got Boom Shank saying Valverde all day. We got Effortless saying PSV's Bakayoko saying Baller. We got Barcola as well, Cherky as well. We've got Honestly saying Sane or Adeyemi. We've got Hashim saying Aze or Eze. I think it's Eze you mean.
Eze.
Yeah, it must be Eze. Alexander Delos said Lepe, Anfield Road End saying Pepe. JJ straight trolling. We're all dead saying Scousers are like Cockney's own language. It's unusual to people that don't know. Big up to Abu Bakr Dampfer, which I assume is from let's say Senegal, man. Senegal. Let me know if I'm wrong. Shout out to yourself or Cameroon. Bizwejit saying, when will Liverpool manager and sporting director Klopp go? I don't know, man. I don't know. We've got Boom Shanker saying Williams Jr. is an option. And we've got Anfield Road ending the show by saying, I just don't want no future project. I want a certified baller who can do damage right now. Problem is, yeah, man. We ain't going to do that. But look, guys, I appreciate, obviously, everyone tuning into the Transfer Hub as well. Massive, obviously, thank you for, obviously, K-Mac jumping on last minute. And, obviously, G as well for jumping in as always. Yeah, let the people know what's popping on GTV, man.
3:15, I guess. Yeah, 3:15. Video will be out. I'll put it out as a live, so you guys obviously will chop it up in the chat. So yeah, it's kind of talking about a little bit of what we spoke about today. And obviously I've done my Newcastle preview of the game because I won't be around really this weekend. So yeah, you guys just obviously chop up in the chat. Let me know what you guys think in regards to the whole Mo Salah thing. Obviously, I know we chopped it up here, but just giving my thoughts and my tactics for the game on Sunday. So yeah, I'll be there. 3:15. 3:15. I'll be there.
Cool. K-Mac as well. Obviously, just let the people know where they can find you as well and find your channel, man.
You can check out K-Mac channel. I did a call-in show last night. That was hilarious. We talked about Salah, but then we ended up talking about a million other things. And Glasgow John was on as well, so you should definitely check that out because he's really good. There was loads of shouting and screaming, which is great. And we were all going crazy about Salah after midnight. I've got another show probably coming up Thursday when I'm going to do part 2 of Klopp, Pep Guardiola and FSG. Just go into a deep dive about all of that. Part 1's already on my channel, which is good. Yeah, I'm close to 150 subscribers, so anyone want to subscribe, please do. It'd be great to get the channel up, and big up Jerry for letting me on, and let's hope we don't sell Salah.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So look, massive, obviously, appreciation for you tuning in, K-Mac as well. And guys, please make sure that obviously we're obviously following anyone's and subscribing to anyone that obviously comes onto the show and anyone that's in the chat as well. Yeah, stay tuned because obviously tomorrow we're going to obviously be back with a live doing the preview for the Newcastle game. That should be really, really interesting. We'll be chopping up the tactics, potential lineups. We know now, do you know what I mean? Kanate potentially injured. Curtis Jones out. Thiago's still out. So how are we setting up? How are we setting up tomorrow, man? I'm not going to let you know. I'm not going to let you guys know now. But tomorrow, I definitely will be going and giving my 2 cents in as well. Yeah, shout out to obviously everyone in the building. If you're watching this on the replay, please like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment and let us know after the video is done, not in the live chat. What do you think about the Salah situation? Do you think that? Do you know what I mean? Is Salah going to be a Liverpool player by the end of this transfer window? I think that's the most important thing. I think we all hope that he does. But at the same time, we wouldn't begrudge him for wanting to leave because we're in the mud at the moment, man, and it is where it is. But look, until next time, people, it's been the J. James Show, and we are out. Have a good afternoon.